Hi friends, it's Sunday, December 7th, 2014. Lynn and Jamie here, continuing our assignment. And once again, we wish to not pull on the session's energy in any way. And so our intention is to do everything that is ours to do in all dimensions right now to trigger the awakening right now. And with that, it begins. I feel like I'm in a room and it's in some legal facility.
That's true.
And I'm being, my perception is I'm being chastised by someone who's saying something along the lines of, young lady, you need to stop filing frivolous lawsuits,
Yes.
and they're clogging up our legal system.
Yes.
And I'm going to listen to this person because I'm going to be respectful.
That's true.
But I have begun to live stream this up.
That's true.
So as I'm listening, I'm taking pictures of this person who's saying this to me, because my perception is my lawsuits are not at all frivolous,
No.
and they're backed up by now truckloads and truckloads and truckloads of data,
That's true.
including all the videos that we have been taking of people who refuse to step up, and
That's
including
true.
all the stats and graphs and charts, and my statistics are well documented, and I have like stamps from statisticians on them that indicate that it's time to stop going level by level by level, as the system requires us to do.
That's true.
And start at least doing it in much larger increments, like take
Yes.
us up 50, 100 levels at a time, and maybe that top 100th level will be responsive, in which case we back it down to the
Right.
50th level up, etc. But to
Right.
go level by level by level no longer seems, it's not a rational system. That system has been proven to be irrational, because
That's
so
true.
far 100% of the time no one steps up, 100% of the time.
That's true.
And so now the statisticians, a true statistician's analytical presumption would shift.
Yes.
Originally the presumption was people will step up. Now the presumption must be, a valid statistician would arrive at the conclusion that the presumption has shifted, and now the presumption is that people will not step up.
That's true.
And so my lawsuits are filed in all the jurisdictions in which we have had presence, which is an awful lot of them, because
That's
we've
true.
been moving through all these dimensions and through all these time zones. Filed in all these jurisdictions saying we want a top-down method or a more systemic way of going about this. And
That's
this
true.
person is saying I'm clogging up their court system, and then let's take it to the highest court in the land. How about that? Can we just get one ruling?
Yes.
I'm fine with that.
Yes.
There's something playing on the wall, and it's a speech the courageous one gave quite some time ago.
That's true.
And it's a really inspiring speech. It's a stirring speech.
It is.
And everyone is agreeing with it. And he's essentially saying what I'm saying. People are listening to him as they don't listen to me. That's okay.
It sounds like a wartime speech.
Go on.
Kind of like brotherhood and sallying forth and
Working together
Yeah.
toward a common goal.
yes.
Do it together. I don't think this person is going to do anything, so I'm just
No.
live streaming it up.
No, it feels like this person doesn't intend to do anything.
No. Who must I speak with next? Now we're in some other office,
That's true.
and this person doesn't have any intention of helping either. I'm still just live streaming
Yeah.
all this up.
He also looks kind of like a colonialist.
What he's really saying is I don't want to do anything.
That's true.
He's wording it differently, but he's saying I'm not happy that you're here.
That's true.
I want you to go away,
Yes.
and then I can go back to doing whatever I was doing. I'm live streaming all this up.
Oh,
I'm just
yeah.
live streaming it up.
That's true.
Who must I speak with next? Down the hall, up some flights of stairs, blah
That's
blah.
true.
Another office. My perception is I'm getting shunted off farther and farther off
Okay.
into less and less effective zones.
They feel less and less.
Less and less effective. I'm not doing this. No,
No.
I'm live streaming this up. I'm not doing this. I'm not going to be shunted off into less effective zones. Channels up what to do. I know where the highest court in the land is. It's like I can just go. It feels like going to the U.S. Supreme Court. I go to the highest court in the land, and I'm going to sit outside the door where they come in and out.
That's true.
Here they come. They're coming out. That's the important person right there. They're all coming out, talk like at the end of the day,
Yeah,
talking to each other, and they're coming down this sidewalk, and I just kneel down right in front of them, and they don't like it and don't know what to do, and I start. I say, I don't know whether or not you've heard of me, but this is a hard country for a woman who's working to make a difference. My commitment to trigger the awakening, no matter what anyone else does or doesn't do, actually means something to me, and I intend to do it. So I've been pursuing this for many years now. And my perception is that I'm being stonewalled by the powers that be. And I have filed many lawsuits. And I'm asking, will you help me? Will you hear this case? Costs me nothing to beg. I'm begging you.
Some of them look very uncomfortable.
They do.
But a few of them are interested. Or like you've caught their attention. Yes, young lady, tell us more. Tell us your case.
What I'm holding up is a montage of all the levels.
That's
It
true.
has the last levels on top, but here are all the, and it looks like 1,000, 10,000 different screens. These are all the jurisdictions in which we, maybe more, maybe a million, maybe more. These are all the jurisdictions in which we have taken up our case, and we have called for people whose role it is to trigger the awakening to step up right now.
That's true.
And no one is stepping up. No one at all. Here are all the records, and it's again a quite summary. It's like an audio-visual presentation. It's like a PowerPoint presentation. Here are all the places in which we have made this request for people to step up, and we have exactly 0 takers.
That's true.
And that's fine. That's fine. But our presumption is, therefore, no one else is going to step up either. And it's time to start addressing this inquiry in bigger bites, rather than requiring us to go level by level, jurisdiction by jurisdiction. It's time to perhaps just get a boundary. Let's just go to the very top, just the very top level, and see, do we get any takers there? And if we do, then we'll drop down to halfway in between the level we're currently at and the top, and see, do we get any takers there? And if we have takers in both of those places, then we'll drop halfway down again, so perhaps 25% higher than where we are now, and see if there are any takers. But if there aren't any takers at the top, then we request that the takedown occur right now.
They look really taken aback by this.
Sirs, I'm having a very interesting period of existence where things happen around me that I'm not intending to happen, but they happen nonetheless.
It's true.
This emblem, for example, I didn't request it.
No.
It is now a part of me. People say it has meaning.
It's true.
Does it have meaning to you?
They're nodding and kind of stepping back a couple steps. They look kind of terrified.
It's time for all of us to set aside pretense and do what our souls have been called to do. You are powerful people, important people. Your souls have been called to do important, powerful things. Now is the time. Now is the time. Now is the time. Are you willing to help me do what we all said we would do, which is to trigger the awakening, no matter what anyone else does or doesn't do?
And one of them is stepping forward. Says, I'll do it. He's reaching out a hand. He's asking for a copy. He says, you keep the originals.
Here you go.
He's taking them.
Thank you. Thank you.
Nodding.
Thank you.
He says, I can't promise this will work, but I'm going to
investigate.
I'm going to investigate. And he means to.
He does mean to. Sir, may I say one thing?
Yes.
If you mean to, and I believe you do, now would be a really good time for you to call for security and to request heavy guards.
He's nodding. He understands this.
I feel like I'm standing up and facing some TV cameras that I didn't know were there.
That's true.
I'm saying, listen to me. If anything happens to him, then that is proof that this is rotten from the top down. Here's my lawsuit that I filed when Glenn, the commander, was murdered in a state facility.
That's true.
He was murdered in a state facility. And you know what happened? They closed the office where I filed the lawsuit. And so if this man disappears or is murdered or harmed in any way, this is rotten from the top down. It's proof that it's rotten from the top down, and the whole thing has to go.
That's true. And
He is the barometer. If he is harmed, as God is my witness, it is rotten from the top down. Sir, my thinking is, you can't get more powerful protection than that. I applaud you. And I bow before you. And I await what comes, without attachment to result.
That's true.
But there is one thing I can promise you. If you turn down my request, it won't stop me.
That is true.
I'm going to keep going.
That is true.
There isn't anything anyone can do or not do that will stop me. I said I would trigger the awakening no matter what anyone else did or didn't do, and I meant it.
That's true.
So, whether you do something or don't do something, it isn't going to change the fact that the awakening is coming. It is. It's simply a question of time.
It's true.
They've already murdered me multiple times. I actually know how to unmurder myself.
It's true.
They have reconfigured my energy. It simply makes copies of me, and we all remember that we are here to trigger the awakening. It does nothing. There isn't anything you can do to stop this. And so why not quit struggling, and let's give in to the joyful experience of living our soul plans and create lives of joy for ourselves and worlds that work. Let's just do it. We can do it. You can do it.
Already it's like the speech, like his accepting the case, and then your speech about him as the barometer. It's playing everywhere.
Thank you, sir. I would like to touch your hand to my forehead. Would that be okay?
He's reaching out with both hands and grabbing your hand. He's saying something like, you remind me of me when I was younger. Something like that.
That is true. That is true. I actually do remind you of you when you were younger. I see that.
He says, keep going. He says, you keep going.
I will. I will. I will.
And he's put the copies in like the breast pocket of his jacket, and he's holding them. He has it looks kind of like an armored vehicle.
Yes.
And he's saying, come on.
Oh, do you want me to go with you? I can do that. I can do that. My brother needs to come with me. Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay.
My perception is that Supreme Court Justice is taking us to some meeting. My perception is we go
with him
to the meeting.
We can do that. There are angry people in this meeting.
Yes, very.
They're furious.
They're enraged.
They're talking about what's on the news.
Yeah.
They're furious. This is not the first room of angry people I've been in.
That's true. Nor for this guy.
It doesn't rattle me.
No, he seems pretty calm.
Mm-hmm.
He's been in a lot of angry rooms.
Mm-hmm.
And he's laying out the case clearly, step by step by step. And every so often he turns to us as if waiting for us to say, yes, that's right.
That's true.
That's true. And he's presenting it very well.
Yes, that's true.
He's very articulate. He's hitting the points.
Yes, that's true.
Yes, that's true.
That is true, and it was more so, actually, than the way he's saying it. It was more so.
It's true. They're all very angry. But he's not going to stop here. There are other rooms.
Okay.
He's coming out, and it's like we're coming
On a
along
mission.
behind him, and he says, okay,
Onward ho.
go to the next room.
Onward ho. Here we go.
Here we go.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Your Honor.